Still searching the internet the old way, typing a question, opening multiple tabs, reading half an article, scrolling past ads, forgetting where the information even came from. Now imagine this instead. You ask one clear question. An AI reads dozens of reliable sources for you, summarizes everything in plain language, shows you where the information came from, and lets you ask follow-up questions without starting over. That is exactly what DeepSeek AI does. In this video, we are taking a slow, detailed, beginner-friendly deep dive into DeepSeek AI. This is not a quick overview. This is a full walkthrough. By the end of this video, you will understand what DeepSeek AI actually is, how it works behind the scenes, who should use it and why, how to use it step by step, how to ask better questions, real-world examples you can copy, common mistakes beginners make, and how to extract maximum value from DeepSeek in everyday life. Take a moment, relax, let's start from the very beginning. DeepSeek AI is not just another chatbot, it is best described as a research-focused AI assistant. When you ask DeepSeek a question, it does something very specific. It searches across multiple trusted sources. It reads those sources in real time. It extracts key information. It removes unnecessary filler. And it presents the answer in a clean, structured way. Most importantly, DeepSeek provides citations. This means you can see where the information came from. You are not just getting opinions, you are getting research-backed answers. Think of DeepSeek as a combination of a research analyst, a librarian, and a summarization expert working instantly for you. Now let's talk about who DeepSeek is actually useful for. If you are a student, DeepSeek helps you summarize long articles, understand complex topics in simple language, prepare notes, and study more efficiently without feeling overwhelmed. If you are a working professional, DeepSeek helps you research industries, understand trends, prepare reports, stay informed, and save hours every week. If you are a content creator, DeepSeek helps you research topics, validate claims, find reliable sources, and build well-structured content faster. If you are simply curious and love learning, DeepSeek helps you explore topics deeply without jumping between dozens of websites. This is where DeepSeek feels different from traditional search engines. With a traditional search engine, you ask a question and receive links. You then do all the work. With DeepSeek, you ask a question and the work is already done for you. You focus on understanding, not searching. Now let's walk through how to actually use DeepSeek. When you open DeepSeek, you'll see a simple input box. There is no complicated setup, no technical knowledge required. You simply type your question in natural language. For example, Top AI Trends in 2025 Explained for Beginners. Once you submit the question, DeepSeek begins processing. Behind the scenes, it is searching multiple sources, reading them, extracting key insights, and organizing the response. The answer you receive is usually broken down into clear sections, bullet points, and explanations. But here is the most important part. You should never stop at the first answer. DeepSeek is designed for follow-up questions. For example, after reading the first response, you might ask, which of these trends are beginner-friendly? Then, which industries are using these trends the most? Then, what are the benefits and risks of each trend? Each question builds on the last. DeepSeek keeps the context. You don't need to repeat yourself. You don't need to start over. This is where the real power of DeepSeek lives. Let's go through a practical example. Imagine you want to research artificial intelligence in healthcare. You start by asking, current applications of AI in healthcare. DeepSeek summarizes the topic clearly. Next, you ask, which hospitals are using these technologies? Then, what are the main benefits of AI in healthcare? Then, what are the risks or limitations? Then, explain all of this in simple terms for non-technical users. At this point, you already have a full understanding of the topic without opening a single extra tab. Now let's look at another example for students. You ask, explain blockchain technology for beginners. Then, give real-world examples of blockchain. Then, create a 7-day beginner learning plan. Then, summarize everything in bullet points. You now have an explanation, examples, a study plan, and notes in one place. This is why DeepSeek is so effective. Now let's talk about the DeepSeek browser extension. The browser extension allows you to use DeepSeek while reading articles, blogs, or reports online. Once installed, it adds a sidebar to your browser. This allows you to summarize articles instantly, highlight text and ask questions, extract key insights, and understand complex information without leaving the page. For example, imagine you are reading a long news article. Instead of reading everything, you open the DeepSeek sidebar and click Summarize. DeepSeek gives you the main points, important context, and key takeaways. You can then ask, what does this mean for businesses? Or, what are the risks involved? Or, summarize this in 3 key insights. This turns passive reading into active learning. Now let it talk about prompts. Bad prompts are vague. For example, tell me about AI. Good prompts are specific and structured. For example, summarize the top 5 AI trends in 2025. Explain each in simple language. List benefits and risks, and include sources. DeepSeek performs best when you tell it what depth you want, what format you want, and who the explanation is for. Here are prompts you can reuse. Explain this topic for beginners. Summarize this with sources. Compare these to concepts. Extract actionable insights. Create a step-by-step learning plan. Now let's cover common beginner mistakes. Many people stop after the first answer. Many people ask vague questions. Many people don't check sources. And many people treat DeepSeek like a chatbot instead of a research assistant. Avoid these mistakes, and the tool becomes dramatically more powerful. Finally, let's talk about limitations. DeepSeek is excellent for research and summarization, but it should not replace critical thinking. Always verify important information. Use it as a research accelerator, not a final authority. To wrap up, DeepSeek AI helps you reduce noise, save time, and focus on understanding instead of searching. If you learn how to ask better questions and follow up properly, this single tool can save you hours every week. If this video helped you, comment below and tell me what topic you want to research using DeepSeek. And if you want more practical, step-by-step AI tutorials like this, subscribe and stay tuned.